What is up, homies? Welcome back to another trailer reaction from Heroes Reforged. We are reacting to the very first official teaser for The Last of Us. Brand new adaptation coming to HBO Max early next year. Before we get into this reaction, though, if you want to see the uncut reactions for all the shows that we've been watching, including She-Hulk, Andor, The Boys, Superman, and Lois, go to patreon.com/Heroes Reforged. On October 1st, we are launching our spooky season watch-alongs. We're doing Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and we're going to do Halloween Ends. We're also going to be doing Werewolf by Night and a whole bunch of other stuff. So check out our Patreon, go to our Discord. We've got updates all over the place with what we're going to be doing. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn that red button. Great. Let's get to 100K by Halloween. Let's do this. Come on. It's like
Halloween.
month.
I like
Halloween. Let's get to 100,000.
I think we're maybe what, like 5,000 away, something like that.
We're like somewhere in, like, as of this recording, I think we're somewhere in the 5,000 to 6,000 range. So we're getting really close. If we hit 100K on Halloween, that would make me very happy. And we've been talking about doing something really fun for when we hit 100,000. That we'll share more details with very soon. But I think a lot of people will really enjoy it. And yeah, as for The Last of Us,
if you've ever been on the fence of subbing to us, just do it now. Right now is the best time. Like Adam just said, the 100K thing that we're planning is really pretty cool. So you're gonna want to be a part of that if you sub. So
absolutely.
What do you got to say about this property, Adam? Because I know nothing. I know it's based off a video game, and that's my experience with The Last of Us. I'm not a huge gamer. Anything else you can tell us about this?
I don't know about how much more I can tell you about the game, but all I know is that obviously from my previous work experience, I've seen a lot of people play this game. I've seen people play the sequel to this game, massively popular. The show is hugely anticipated because the creators of the game, Neil Druckmann, is working on this show, partnered with Greg Mazin, who was the showrunner of Chernobyl. He's also written other movies prior to this. So I'm really looking forward to from that sort of creative perspective. And from the little chatter that I heard on Twitter today, the most common sort of phrase or comment that people were saying was, it looks like it's made by people who've played the video game. I think that this show has a lot to live up to. I know because of the popularity of the game, the microscope is going to be super tight on this series, and it almost has to be the greatest adaptation of a video game ever. Otherwise, I think people might riot.
I would say so. I mean, video game movies have not had the kindest treatment, although
not all. Some have though.
I'm probably one of the last people on earth who hasn't played the game. So
you and me both.
Let's just jump into it, and then you haven't played it either. Then
I played like 10 minutes total, and like that doesn't account for anything.
That's 10 more minutes than I played. So let's watch this, and then we'll get into the discussion after, because we got a lot to say about video game movies. So
all right,
when you are.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
The roses have faded, there's frost at my door. The birds in the morning don't sing anymore. The grass in the valley is starting to die, and out in the darkness the whippoorwills cry. The darkness is falling, the sky is turning gray. A hound in the distance is starting.
Ooh, that's a dead guy. Whoa, okay.
There you go, Greg Mazin.
This is your chance. Our best shot.
Oh, nice.
And you said everything right.
Whoa, okay. Oh, good reveal.
Damn.
Say who you can say.
Papa Pedro.
Come on.
All right.
The Last of Us.
Interesting.
I love that this trailer, this teaser, primarily focuses on tone, because I think when it's a teaser trailer, for me, that is, I think, probably like the most important thing that a teaser trailer can do, is to really focus on tone and what we should expect the series to feel like and look like.
Right.
And this does it obviously in spades. And the other thing that I wasn't expecting, that I actually really am kind of enjoying from a cinematography perspective, I feel like most shows nowadays, they're all shooting in aspect ratios that are like 2:1, 2:40. They're going really cinematic. You know, we have the letterboxing on the top and bottom. It's kind of refreshing to actually see a show that's in full 16:9, taking advantage of the full entire frame. And I wonder if that was kind of a conscious decision, because the video game is obviously in 16:9 and it's a full screen game. So I wonder if that was part of sort of like the thought process of like, well, let's make it feel like when the show begins and we go into it, it's like a cinematic that takes you into the world of the game, but it is that way full time, which I really like that. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, that's a really good observation. And I also think that filming probably has to change, especially with these straight to streaming shows, probably has to change to fit most people's televisions to begin with, right? So that fuller aspect ratio of 16:9 is going to fit a lot more televisions because that's a lot more common. Whereas when you're filming, you kind of have, and you're going to be showing in the theater, you kind of have free reign to do whatever you want because you're showing it on a massive screen. But yeah, that's a good connect the dots there that you did connect the dots, because given that the video game that this is based off of is off a particular aspect ratio, it's nice to kind of keep that, because from what very little I know, is The Last of Us is a very story driven game. And I've heard people talk about this video game like they talk about some of the greatest things that they've ever experienced or seen. And I'm talking like Avatar, I'm talking like any of like the top tier shows that people are connected to. I hear people's passion and connectedness to this franchise, and I'm gonna be really excited. Maybe I'll even play the game before this show starts, just to like get a little taste or get the full taste of what to expect. And to go back to what you were saying at the beginning, this has to hit. Like this, it's one of the most beloved video games of all time. This show has to hit, and it's giving me slight, I guess it's giving me slight Walking Dead vibes.
For sure.
Slight. So I guess I kind of have to play the game to see what differentiates Walking Dead from this
for sure.
property, right?
And I mean, like I think when you look at any sort of post-apocalyptic zombie type of scenario, I think from the outside looking in, they all look the same, or they all seem like they're the same thing. Some sort of viral outbreak or some sort of outbreak of some kind led to people turning into these, creatures who are now overriding the earth. Humanity has to survive, so they have to usually like travel on some journey across some space and protect each other and survive and all that sort of stuff, which yes, you could totally say that about this. But I think also and this is, I think, what made The Walking Dead so special, was even though it had the advantage of being based on a graphic novel series, you fell in love with the characters. Like that was the thing that drove you to come back every Sunday at 5 or 7 p.m. or whatever time it was on AMC to watch the damn thing. So I think that with the love that this game has and that the people have for the characters, and then putting actors like Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey, Gabriel Luna is in it. I think when you put those actors that people seem to generally love so much in a property that's filled with characters that people also love so much, I feel like you already are making connections to the characters, and you're already like making a point, like this is going to be appointment viewing for people day one because they love the property, they love the actors, they love the characters. So my hope is that despite the sort of the trend of a lot of these, and it's not all of them, like I think some of them people have commented have been good and not all of them are good, but some of them are. You hope that it sort of hits the same sort of success and it strikes that sort of like excitement that people had for The Walking Dead in the very early stages of its television career, and maintains that. And when you have someone like Greg Mazin, who I mentioned at the beginning, did something like Chernobyl, which is like, you should absolutely go watch that show before you watch The Last of Us if you haven't seen it yet. I know he's also written some movies, and some of them are more comedic based, but of course, everyone has an evolving career in Hollywood that they don't always do the same thing. Usually, I would definitely watch that show. It's an amazing series, also on HBO. So those are all the kind of the parts of it that make me really, really excited. And not knowing so much about the story, or knowing very limited things about the story, doesn't deter me from it. It doesn't make me more excited or less excited. Like I'm going into it being very much looking forward to seeing these actors, these creators, and this premise of what this world is kind of unfold in a big budget Hollywood sort of series and see where it goes. So I'm excited for it. For sure.
I'm going to be interested to see the reaction of other people besides us who have very little experience or no experience with the video game. Like, does this trailer draw them in? Like, is this something that they would be excited to see?
I would be surprised if
they have no connection. I feel like it's a good enough trailer to get anybody excited, but
yeah,
it could also run into that run-of-the-mill zombie post-apocalyptic type. What's it called? What's the one that Will Smith was in? The Will Smith post-apocalyptic
oh
one.
my God. Hello. I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
Jesus.
Right. How could we forget that one? It could, like it could just look like a run-of-the-mill trailer or not. Like since I know just slightly a little bit about it, I know where it's coming from and I know all the expectations that people have behind it. But I need to know somebody's opinion who has no connection whatsoever to this, and this is just fresh.
Right.
Like, what does this do for you? How does this work for you? Is this drawing your attention in as like a thrilling appointment, as you said, Adam, appointment television show? Are you going to tune in, or do you even want to tune into the first episode?
Right.
That's what I want to hear about.
Yeah. So we'll see. I have a lot of high hopes. You asked at the beginning, either before we started recording, while we were already recording, of whether or not we were going to watch this show. I have a feeling that most of our audience is going to be like, you should absolutely watch this show. I mean, I will watch it no matter what, even if we do or don't, I will watch it no matter what, because I'm super interested in it. But if we do end up doing it, I think that would be really, really cool. As long as we're not already doing like 5 different shows.
Right. Exactly.
When this drops, because we don't have a date for it yet. Yeah. So we'll see.
I'm calling out to the audience at this point. Drop a comment in the chat if you want us to react to this, because we don't know if you guys want us to react to this or not. So this might be a private watch for us. Who knows? But let us know down in the comments if you want us to react to this one, because we're still
absolutely. And let us know also in the comments below what you thought about this first look, this first teaser trailer for The Last of Us. Are you excited for it? Are you coming into it fresh, not knowing anything about the game? Or do you know the games really, really well? How does the tone of the trailer feel in comparison to how it feels to play the game? Does it feel like it's so far a proper representation of what the game is? Let us know. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our Patreon, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.